All right, YouTube, we're back for another coaching with subscribers. This time we're back with Save Society, and yeah, this is the reset of the season. So you're currently Silver 1, so let's see what you've kind of been working with. And so starting off on the P1, let's see how you approach this one. So we kind of know that they obviously, well, most people actually think this is the good side. It's actually not the good side on P1. It is for P2, which is really weird. So you want this side after like the first 20-30 seconds, but in terms of the initial start, it's actually better to be this side. The reason is because there's no trophy systems and everyone has their equipment, you can kind of just lock people off because you can chuck a stun there. You can kind of chuck a stun in there. So to be honest, the other side's actually better. I saw some like Methods talking about that. He was saying how the other side's actually better. So I'm curious to see how you play this. So you're going through here. So now as soon as you open these doors, okay, cool. So now as soon as you've gone through, okay, there's a couple of routes you can take. One is to go through here. One is to go through there and make a play. So I'm quite curious to see how you do this, what you do, and how you use your equipment here. So this isn't what I had in mind, to be honest. That wasn't a thought of mine, but that's okay. Gonna go through, you spot the guy on the right. So straight away, let's see what you do. Okay, so you drop the stun into the gap. So just something really, really small, but something I've noticed straight away. So the use of equipment, what you want to try to do is that lineup there is probably the best option. So you see how you go through, you chuck the equipment, it actually ends up bouncing in this corner here. Like the way you bounce it off, it doesn't actually quite reach him. So really small thing, but you went for the right play. You're going to go through and you managed to take him out. That's good shot. So second guy's there. I was literally going to say again, really small thing, but as soon as I saw this shot, I noticed he had a nade in his hand. And it actually drops there, right? It was a frag grenade. So what ended up happening, you end up running through and the nade actually ends up smacking you up a bit, right? So you walked into the nade, yeah. So, but you know what, not a bad start, not a bad start. He gets trades and yeah, I feel like right there, your teammate had behind you, so he should be able to get that trade off. And yeah, not a bad start. So 25 seconds left. I feel like you did an okay start. You got a nice little 1 or 2 kills there, pushing through. This is where it's going to get a bit mixy. So what ended up happening here is I think right now, again, you kind of overcommit your whole body here. So I feel like right now you can use your equipment without actually, you know, committing your whole body. So I think people think they have to stand here to chuck their equipment over. To be honest, you can just use the bounce off stuff, man. So if you really wanted to like use your, especially like a stun grenade, look what you're doing. You see how you're showing your whole equipment, your whole body, and then you end up dying. It's just a little bit of a riskier play. So again, right here, I feel like when you're in a scenario like this and you're by yourself, the main thing I'm worried about right now is holding spawns because I can see everyone's dead. It's just me and my teammate. So if you die here, they're going to apply the pressure and they're going to start to push through. So you're actually better off just staying alive here, to be honest with you, backing off slightly, and you see this guy plays aggressive. So maybe in an alternative situation, if all your team dead right here, let's see what happens when you spawn up. So right now you go through, you're trying to help them on the hill, and yeah, they end up just dying. So as soon as they both die right here, maybe this is as far as you go. So you go here, you kind of scout the area, you spot 3 of them, maybe you back off and you just start to watch this area here. That way you're holding this whole side of the map, the right side, and you're kind of just backing off. Because I mean, there's 25 seconds left. Realistically, you're not going to be able to get, like, no matter how good you are in this scenario, but again, if it's like players your level, you're probably not going to be able to get a 3-piece here, right? So it's just kind of like just chalking it up. You know, you guys had a poor P1. It is what it is. Just make sure you hold for P2. Now you're dead. Now what's happened is, if they play aggressive enough, if they push through quick enough, you might end up spawning here. But let's see. I think you're going to spawn at the back of P2 because of your teammates, but let's see what happens. Hopefully you spawn there. Okay, cool. So it works out okay, like we said, because your teammates had the control. So happy with me so far for the P1?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I usually like doing the rugs push because like people sit in that back corner, and usually people obviously like lower ranks, they don't come through that doorway unless they like really know. So I'll push rugs instead of going through double arches.
Oh, like, no, I'm happy with that play. I like you pushing rugs because the thing with double arches, right, with a sub, if you push this with a sub, it's like someone with an AR can just watch over you, and it's so mixy there. So I'm completely happy with you pushing rugs. I think that was a good play, to be honest. You got the first kill. The only thing I would say is, you know, where the nade hit you, that was just a little bit of lack of game awareness. The nade ended up hitting you, and you probably could have stayed alive a little bit longer. But this is where, right now, this is where you need to look at the minimap. And this is, I think, something people struggle with, okay? Look at the minimap and plan effectively. So you're pushing through. There's 3 main areas you need to watch out for, okay? One is this right-hand side. One is this middle. And the third is this left side, okay? We don't know where the opponents are going to come from. We just know that they're somewhere around here. So to be honest, they could push from any side they want. They have the control to push through where they want. You guys are the setup. So what I would do is look at your teammates' positioning. So this guy is actually watching this door here. Not a good spot, to be honest, because all he's doing is watching this. And that gives them so much freedom around here. They can actually flank through fully, right? So straight away, I would be worried about my right-hand side. Now your teammate has the left, so that's actually a useful spot. He's actually got the left. So what that tells me, if I'm you, I only need to worry about the middle and the right. Yeah. So I should be in a spot where I can essentially watch the middle and the right and also be able to trade the left. So for me, I'm probably sitting here.
Yeah, reception or the stairs to block spawns.
Yeah, because exactly. Spot on. Anyway. Spot on. So reception, or if you want to back off, use the stairs. Now, this is a new bit of information I didn't see. Your teammates actually pushed up here, right?
Yep.
So what that tells me is, to be honest, even though 3 is quite useless, 4's actually got the right. So for a fact, I should be stairs or reception. 100%. Now, if you have a submachine gun, I don't mind you playing reception. If you're in an AR, I'd probably say stairs. Stairs is better because it blocks spawns. That's the reason I like stairs, and you still have your equipment to work with. So let's see how this works. But regardless, you should be watching middle here, okay? You should be watching middle as a priority. So you go through. Now your teammate's dead. Now this is where it gets a bit risky because your teammate's dead. Now I would probably say, you know what? You probably want someone stairs. So can you see how you shift your setup depending on your current situation? And this is what so as you see, I didn't know you were going to go left here, but this is what we didn't want. So you tried to stun. Now look at the minimap. This is probably the only area that you've actually got secured. Because your teammate doesn't really have the right. No one's really got the middle. You chucked a stun, which was fine. But now you're kind of doubling up. Again, don't get me wrong. It's a good idea to double up. But you're giving a big gap in middle right now. You're leaving a massive gap.
Yeah, that was
stupid. And look at this. You kind of overcommit. Again, you guys have the advantage here. You don't need to be the aggressor. Think about it. You stood out in the open. That's perfect for them. If you were them, what was the one thing you'd want? You probably want somebody being over aggressive, right? That's probably the only thing you'd want. So now you're like, okay, they got over aggressive. This is not a good spot. Now they got the kill. And yeah, now you might end up spawning out. Let's see what happens. You might get lucky again because your teammate's here, but okay, so you didn't get lucky. So this is the big kind of thing where I think it's just about game awareness again, not necessarily about gun skill. You go through, you get the stun. Now I know in the game it's quite difficult to predict this, but again, you see, you go through, you slide across. That one slide right there has cost you spawns now. Now look at this, look at the domino effect. So not only do you lose that gunfight, your teammates are all collapsing on the hill. So now they're all kind of trapped on this hill, right? They're all in this area. And you have spawned all the way there. Now, for you to get back to your spot, I would say it's about a 15-20 second run. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might take you from P3, 20 seconds to get all the way back to the hill. So now you're 20 seconds out of the game. But you've got lucky. You've got extremely lucky. The reason why you got lucky is... well, your teammates are still there, but they got 3-piece. So yeah, maybe you didn't get lucky. I was going to say you're getting lucky because your teammate, I thought they made a play there, but they got 3-piece. So ignore me. You didn't get lucky. You are in a chalk spot right now. So let's see what happens. So you go through, your teammates will die. And now you're just in a situation where you're like, cool, now I have to break. So you guys had a good setup at the beginning. I think if you watched middle, so if you sat on this reception area, the reason why I like this reception area so much is because what you did is you were playing the left, right? There was 2 enemies here, okay? They end up killing you. But the good thing about reception is even if your teammate died here, if you sit reception, you can snake this and you're still acting like insurance. Like they still have to cross this little pathway before they get through. So technically, even though you're sitting here, you can watch middle and the left. That's why I like it so much, because you can watch both areas. So now you're going to go through, you're going to break it, you chuck a stun off, good stun, you take out 1. Yeah, fair enough. You go through, you should be able to take the second out. That's fine. You know what? Good break. 45 seconds left. You know he's in the left corner. Perfect. You guys got a really good break there. 3 go down. This is good. Now, same principle. They're going to spawn at the front here. So this is a good time to nade. Perfect. So using your equipment a bit more. And what I personally would do here is I'll play a bit aggressive because right now, okay, what you're seeing is 30 seconds left. You guys did a really good break, like really good break. Considering the scenario you're in, really good break. But what you don't want to do now is with 20 seconds left, so the next 10 seconds, you guys don't want to be trapped here. Because what happens is, imagine your hair. Where's P3? It's here, right? You would have to go, you rotating all the way there. That's like 20 seconds. And imagine by the time you get there, they have a full setup. You're going to lose kind of more time than anything. So basically what you want to do in this scenario, okay, is the best case scenario for you right now is to get the scrap time and the rotation. So what I personally would do if I was you right now, as soon as we get this next wave of kills, I would start to push left. The reason I push left and not right, this is so important, everyone watching at home as well. The reason I don't push right is because they're going to expect me here. They're going to be watching this area, okay? Where if I go left and I push through for the spawns and I go at the flank, it might take me 30 seconds, but I'll get there and my teammates will spawn with me. So I'm right now, this is where you need to start worrying about spawns for the next hardpoint, okay? So I'll look at this scenario and I'll think, right, if I leave, will my teammates lose this hill? I mean, they've got a lot of backup right now, so I can wait for maybe 5 more seconds and then I'll rotate. So I'd go through, I would get a few kills. As soon as you get this kill, right now, this is it. You've just got 4 down, okay? I don't know what's going to happen. This is why I'm pausing it. Everyone watching right now, this is the most important thing. If you get anything from this video, it's just been now. I want to see how many seconds it takes you to rotate. I don't know. So I'm going to assume from our conversation, you should be rotating here, okay? Do you think that's fair from what we just saw?
Yeah. And
like, from what we're speaking about?
I didn't rotate.
You bet me you didn't rotate?
I bet you I didn't. I don't
Why
remember
not?
this game. Well, I remember some of this gameplay, but I don't remember what happened here.
So do you think now, watching this back, you should rotate in this scenario?
Yeah, it makes sense. The only reason I guess, like, in my thought process at that point is because we still had 26 seconds to cover the point. And that was the reason why I didn't. But it makes sense with you saying that, because at least at that point we'll cover spawns. We'll have spawns for next go round. And at that point, what if they're already rotating to new point? And then I could take them out, obviously get a 1 or 2 piece on the new point because I rotated, right? Out position them.
So perfect. So you said right now, the only reason you didn't rotate is because there's still 25 seconds left. Let me ask you a question, okay? This is your currency. You're number 1. I want to give you your teammates are there. This is your teammate setups, okay?
Yeah.
Where do you think they're going to spawn?
They're probably going to spawn out, so all the way towards P3 or,
Yeah, cool. Like so what that tells me is they're going to spawn, I don't know exactly. Let's just say that, okay? They might spawn there, whatever, yeah? My point is, with 25 seconds left, they are going to, who do you think could push this hill? Let's just assume for some reason he pushes this hill, okay? For whatever reason. How many seconds will it take him to get there?
Probably like 15 to 20.
Okay, cool. So you're waiting here saying there's 25 seconds left, but like you said, they're probably not going to push there for another 15 seconds anyways. So technically you're not defending 25 seconds, you're defending 10 seconds and your teammates are already here. So there's no reason why you should be here with them, because even if the opponents push through, you have 2 teammates here. So right now you should 1,000,000%. I don't know what you're going to do, but we're going to find out. You should 1,000,000% push through this way, flank them all the way around, make some plays, try to get this guy down. And then by then, hopefully your teammates have rotated as well. And what ends up happening is every kill you guys get, you're going to spawn them P2. That's the ultimate goal here. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is game awareness again. You just got a 4-piece, right? I don't know about you, Society, but if I'm the red team, I don't think I'm going to spawn here. If your whole team is here and you just got a 4-piece, I don't think I'm going to spawn at the back, okay? So you see right here, look what you're doing.
Yeah, well, because I saw there were 2 guys stacked up that ran inside.
Yeah.
And the reason I jumped out there is because I saw the first dude die, but I didn't see the second dude die. So I would jump out because I thought
completely understand. I understand completely. And that's where kill feed comes in. That's where map awareness, all that stuff. So what ended up happening is they actually spawned quite close. They actually spawned, I'd say, around there. Sometimes you get the spawn around here, right? And most people, what I would do is I would rotate back because that's the logical play. But what ended up happening is this opponent actually pushed forward. So he made a terrible play. Now, what you should have done, realistically, is if you rotated, you could have spawned him out. If your team rotated here, you could have given this guy the 10 seconds. So you see this guy right here? Look at this again. You're playing for 10 seconds. Now, realistically, look what you're doing. You're protecting your team, right? But it doesn't matter. Like, can you see what I mean? Like, you've already got a teammate in the hill, and you're doing the same thing we spoke about last time, where you're protecting the hill for scrap time, when realistically, you don't get double points for 2 people in the hill. It's still the same points. So right now, there should be no reason why you should be there. You should be going, okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you see right now, let's see what happened. Let's play this out. 2 seconds left. Now you're like, okay, let me go. Now it's an even game. It's an even game, but look at this. So the new hard points popped, and look where you guys are. You have 2 players here. 1 player there. Like I mentioned, look how far away you are. Your quadrant, your area of the map, you're all here. You have to go through this area, and in an perfect scenario, you'll give them 20 seconds. In a perfect scenario. In a bad scenario, they get some kills like they're doing now. They get 1, they get 2. Now look, now you're like, okay, this is chalked. So you see the domino effect. It's the same thing, okay? Same thing we spoke about last time. It's about rotating effectively. Now, whatever's happened. Let's see how you break this hill. What you do to respond to it. So your teammates get a 2-piece. You're going to push through. Let's see what you need to do. You're going to jump around the corner. So you spot 1. Dolphin have okay. I think just being a little bit quicker here. I think right now you it's quite a difficult gunfight. So what were you going to say?
Actually, just use. I had a grenade. Like I don't know why I didn't just toss that.
Well, the reason I actually think I don't mind you not using a grenade, which is quite hypocritical because I always say it, it's just because if there is a trophy system there and you want to make a play fast, I don't mind you not using a nade only if you're going to be aggressive, but I would always prefer you using a nade. But if you're not going to use it, then you have to be aggressive here because grenades slow you down slightly. So if you're not going to use it, you could. The only reason I would say not to use it is if you're going to go in and slide across, try to dolphin dive across, get some momentum. But what you're doing now is you're playing very passive, but you need to like you've got the edge. Like this guy, if he snakes you right now, you're dead. You know what I mean? So right now, like, if he snakes you, if he was a better player, he snakes you, kills you, you need to be sliding across, getting there as quick as possible. And the reason I say sliding again is because I'm looking at my surroundings. The reason I say slide right now is because that door's going to be open. If you slide, you're covering your head from that window. So you should have slid across there, got that kill. Then the second guy would have killed you, but your teammate would have got the trade. You see, it's all about the trades right there. Your teammate actually ends up getting a 2-piece, so fair play. You guys end up breaking that. 30 seconds left, now you spawn out. So at the start of this game, you were down by a bit. You guys did a good P2, but it was all about the rotation. Now they're kind of ahead by a little bit. You're going through, they're spawning at the back. And again, it's quite a difficult situation. So 25 seconds left. I don't mind you pushing for old hair, but I think as soon as you don't get anything, you should rotate here. So now right here, this is what I'd rotate. Again, this is about the rotation, okay? Same thing. So you push through for support. You go through, your teammate gets a kills. Okay, rotate. Like there's no, like right now, every second you're wasting here, you should be rotating in my opinion. Someone score? Someone just, someone's screaming in the garden, and I think the Arsenal City game's on, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so right now you see every single second what's happening. Look at this. Like again, like bro, like there's two of you here, okay? Yeah. You're just, if anything, you're giving the spawn to your opponents. Look at this. What are you waiting for here? You're waiting for an opponent, right? They don't push you a scrap. They're not going to push you. If they do, if they push you, I'd rather give them 10 seconds and rotate. And you've got your teammate here anyway, so you right now it's just overkill. And this is what I mean, okay? This is scenarios where you need to be rotating because it's happened twice now, and this is just mini-map awareness and game awareness. Look at this, you're pre-aiming the right, but no one's going to be here because they're all rotating. You see this? You're playing for like somebody that might not be here. Now if somebody is there, that's actually a bad play from them. And again, look at this. This is exactly I think what we spoke about last time, and it's a repeated theme, okay? You're number one, you're just sitting here because you saw a nade, right? Look how many seconds are left. Your teammates on the other side of the map fighting a 3 versus 4 because you saw a nade. Now again, if your teammates aren't better than them, they're going to be in a 3 versus 4. Look what you're doing right now. You're leaving them in a 3 versus 4 for how long? For 10 seconds, okay? Let's see how long it lasts. Okay, 15. Let's see when you get there. 20, okay. All right, so your first engagement was 20 seconds after. 20 seconds is way too long to lead them in a 3v4. Do you agree?
Yeah, that makes
way
sense.
too long, way too long. And now, I mean, not only is it now you're in a 1v4, it's just like now you guys have lost spawns. It's just so many problems with this setup. It's like you have to just be quicker on the rotation, okay? Especially because we go through these coaching and stuff. You understand it. Your teammates might not even understand it. So you need to be the guy making the plays constantly on the rotation, okay? Putting your teams in the better positions. You go through. Now, this time your gun skill isn't necessarily a problem, but you're not setting yourself up for success because, you know, you're just having poor positions, to be honest. 15 seconds, again. Right now, I know you're going to push the front. You're going to try to fight this for 5 seconds. You should be like, right, let's chalk it up. We're down by 10. Instead of pushing this way, you should be like, cool, let me go backwards. Let me try and make a play and help my teammates. This way you should be rotating. What do? You got the ladder. I'm assuming you go to scrap time. There you go. You go for scrap time. Look at this. How many seconds are you going to get? Nothing, bro. Nothing. Look, same thing. 3 hard points in a row. Look at this. What are you watching? You're giving them so much free time. And then you're playing for a kill that doesn't matter. Now look at your teammates. They just clutched up in a 3 versus 3. But remember what I spoke about last time about being lucky? This is luck right now. You have nothing to do with that. So you're leaving the output of the next hard point into your teammates' hands, which isn't what we want to do. And again, look at this. You're so far away right now. What do you think is happening now?
They're over there fighting the hard point, and I'm sitting here. Dude, what is wrong with me? Like,
you're sitting here chilling, and then by the time you get there, I think you think hard points are only 40 seconds long, so it's okay. We'll just need to reset your timings. Good kill in the middle. But again, by the time you get there, look, 40 seconds. Your teammates already died. They all got 3-pieced. So you're constantly chasing the rotations. Now against a good team, you're basically playing 3 versus 4. So it's not good enough, okay? Like, you took 23 seconds to get to your first gunfight in the hill. We need to be a lot quicker on the rotation, a lot quicker. There shouldn't be any excuses for that. And yeah, especially because we've been through it a lot. I think rotation speed is something we kind of go through a lot. So I want to see you like really, really look at that. I'm like, right, should I be rotating? Yes. Will it help the team? Absolutely. Because can you see what's happening, right? The score's going even, and then they're having ridiculous time in the hard point. And then what's happening is you guys are losing the score. So you're going to push through for scrap again. Now, this is a scenario where I actually think going for scrap here isn't the end of the world because your teammates have the setup for the new hardpoint because it's on the same side, okay? But most of the hardpoints, you shouldn't do that. You should always rotate. Now, this hardpoint, again, you're like, cool, my teammates have got the hill. This way you look at the minimap. As you're the aggressive SMG player, you should be saying, right, where's the gaps in the setup? Like, where can I sit that could really stop them from pushing through? And I guess this, where you're sitting now is pretty good. It's pretty good because you're watching this middle area. So you can technically, you know, you can, where are we at? See your hair? So you can kind of watch this little middle push area. Am I on the right map?
It's on a, yeah, you are.
Oh, I'm on the other side though. So yeah, I was so confused. I was like, what's happening there? Yeah. So right now you're sitting here, right? So they're spawning P5. So I don't mind you sitting here because you're technically, you can watch that cut and you can kind of watch middle map. At the same time, you can rotate back if needed and watch kitchen. So that's why this isn't a bad play. But it's about like, you know, making the play here. Now, right here, you know somebody's on the hill. As a minimum, like as an absolute minimum, one person's on that hill. I'm expecting them to push through this line of sight. So I'm expecting them, you to be able to see them. This is where you're pushing through. And again, this is such a small thing, but right now, you don't need to go to the right because what you're doing is as you're pushing up here, if you kill him, right? Look at it. This is what I want you to look at. Imagine your teammates somehow, imagine somebody sneaks through like this. And like they're sneaking through. If you kill this guy here and you know he makes a play and he kills this guy there, as he kills him, your teammate, you're going to lose spawns. So I think, I mean, me personally, I don't like to go all the way here. I feel like you're just going very, very high up the pitch. I don't want to say pitch, it's because I've got football on the other screen. You're going very high across the map. And I feel like you should, in my opinion, just be playing here, like just watching this and backing off, just being able to watch these lanes. You see the slight difference between hair and hair? It's such a like, you know, small difference, but here you're going so aggressive that I feel like you're going to spawn your teammates here, which is not what you want to be. Like you're way across the map right now. Again, it works out okay because your teammates get the kills, but I feel like, you know, that's just a risky play in my opinion. So you're going to back off, get those kills, and now you're like, cool, they're going to spawn on the right. So I want to see you watching middle, watching the right here. Let's see what you do. That's okay. I don't mind this play. You're going to help them. Probably going to bedroom here. This is fine. Good shots. Okay, this is not bad. This is good. This is better. You know they're going to be in the ladder. They're going to be on these stairs. So yeah, they're going to be around you there. I think just kind of being a bit more careful for that.
Yeah, I heard footsteps. I just didn't know where they were coming
from. 20 seconds. Again, you're going to go through. I mean, you guys brought it back. So fair play. You guys brought it back on this hard point. Definitely a difficult hard point, but you brought it back. Now you're one shot. How are you going to approach this new hard point? Dolphin dive across. Okay, I don't mind you getting time, man. This is where you should snake it. Oh, unlucky.
Like he rotated.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Yeah, because he was behind you, which I mean, it was a predictable play, but it's quite difficult to stop it, to be fair. Again, what happened here?
Tried to get the 2-piece.
I think your gun looks really heavy. I don't know what attachments you got on. It's very different build. I don't know what this bit here is. Your stock or something. I don't know what you got. A different one. I feel like. Is it for recoil control?
Well, you made fun of my stock that I had last time, so I changed it. So I was like, okay, well, let me put on a different stock.
Why didn't you use the pro build?
Oh, I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't know much about pro builds, bro.
Oh, okay, I'll give you my build after this. I'll give you my build because this one looks really heavy. So yeah, 10 seconds left here. Again, this play like this is not the end of the world, but I mean, with 15 seconds right now, I think your number one priority should be really just pushing for that rotation because we know that this game's just about of milliseconds, right? So right now, in my opinion, you should be like, cool, like going on this catwalk is great, but it's like, you're just scouting. It's like you're just bird watching. Like these extra 5 seconds could get you all the way there, like a little bit quicker. Like those 5 seconds could get you from here to maybe there. So it's just, in my opinion, like if you're going to go through, commit to it, try to get a kill because you want to get them off the hard point, right? You see right now, you see one, you see two, that's fine. You're going to back off, but it's just about like being faster and really making the play here, which is okay. Don't get me wrong. It's not the end of the world there. Just a small detail, but you're going to go through, you know, they're there. I don't mind this play. Okay. You're running past one. It's very laggy now. Can you hear me still?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's the video itself. It was doing something weird.
I was like, what the hell's happening with my computer?
My game was lagging right there.
Oh, okay,
I don't know what was going on.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we can't really break the lag down. I'll forgive you for the lag. It's not your fault. But yeah, let's see how you approach this. So you're going to go through. Now, going through the front of the hill here isn't a bad play, but I think it depends on the scenario. I'd much rather you right now go through the back. Like, instead of going through this door, I know why you went through the front to go through a different angle, but I'd rather you actually go through the back here and really try to help them out there. So you see right there, like, because what that happens is your teammate's already going through the front. Your teammate's going through the front. You have two teammates here. Instead of you also going through the front and making it a 2v2, pinch them and make it like you're going through 3 different angles instead of 2 different angles. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Because now by the time you're there again, you're going through, now your teammate's dead. Like, look at, this is what I mean by timing is so crucial. You right here, you're so close to the hill, you know they're pushing, you might as well go with them, because like by the time you get around, look what happens. Like, you're holding middle, but guess what? They're all dead now. So now you technically didn't help them, and they're like, you know, they're just in a terrible spot. So it's just a bit of a difficult one. You're by yourself. Good shots, so really clean shots. Nice double. That's what I mean. So your gun skill is great. Like, that's exactly what we want to see. It's just about getting you into positions to really capitalize on them, okay? Spawning close. Spawning close. You're going to probably play aggressive there. Again, your team is dead, so this way you just got to commit to the hill. You just got to commit, make a play. If you die, you die. That's fine, because you don't have much time to waste it. You don't have much time to work with, so now you need to rotate. I'm going to see if you rotate straight away. This is where you should be looking at the mini map, okay? Now, what do you think you should do from here?
Literally turn around and go straight to kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't mind you going right. I agree that that's probably the best play, which is what you do.
Oh, thank God.
Now let's see if you do step 2 of that. Let's see if you do step 2. So step 1's turning around, which is great. Step 2 is covering the rotation. Okay. So you're going to be number 1 here. You spawned here, which is good. You turn around to back them up. Now, what I'd want to see you do is control the back of the map, because I don't see any of your teammates. I see both your teammates in this hill, but I feel like this back area is so empty. If I'm you, straight away, I'm like, cool, let me back off. Let me just watch the back. Even though I've got a submachine gun, let me watch this overextension. Let me watch the back and just make sure we've got this area locked down. Make sure we've got the spawns. So let's see what you do here. Because look, again, look at the minimap, right? Your teammate's watching the front. You got one teammate watching the front. Technically, okay, I'm saying this area is safe. The real danger for me is the flank. And remember what I said last time, if I'm the blue team, if you're playing me right now, I'm flanking. So you want to play for what you expect them to do, right? So if I said to you, this was the best play to flank, but you're set up, what are you going to do? You're going to watch the flank, right? Because that's the best play. They're trying to get spawns right now. Because let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you why you need to watch the flank. If you're sitting in the hill, you might think, oh, we're stacking the hill. It's a good play. Let me ask you a question. If these 4 come through here like this, if they flank you and 1 comes through the middle, if say this happens, right? So you guys trade each other like this, you know, let's just say this happens, okay? Realistically, the blue team is going to spawn here, like maybe there, and you're going to spawn back there. So that's why it's so important to have spawns, because every death that happens, the trade's going to basically favor the team with spawns. So you go through the middle, your teammate dies. So this is okay to watch the front. I don't mind this play from you. You have your equipment to work with. Good stun. Sorry, good kill. Backing off. Now looking where your team spawns. Now, can you see what I mean? They're going through the back here. Exactly what we spoke about. So you see this? They're going through the back. They're pushing through. They're going through the left. They're going through the back. They take your teammate out. And now it's just really mixy. So I don't mind what you're doing here, to be honest. I just think you need to help your team a little bit more and be a little bit more involved with the spawns. Yeah, that was just a really messy situation, to be honest.
Yeah,
that was really messy.
I heard footsteps, and I don't know why I chased that guy. I should have just went. I shouldn't have chased him. If anything, went catwalk, watched mid, going to the rotation, watch that backside. No, that's I don't know. That I feel like that could have been like where I
think just cleaner. Yeah. I think if you're going to play aggressive here, you got to really play aggressive. And basically, I want you to just have a lot more impact here, okay? Instead of sitting, I want you to either push through and get some kills, or ideally push back and hold spawns. I feel like right now in the middle, you're doing okay, but you can see your teammates in the hill. I don't know. It just feels like you're not playing aggressive right now on either side. Like once you get this first kill, it's good, but now your teammates are in a 2v3, your teammate dies, and look what happened. They're just getting picked from so many different angles. It's like you're kind of non-existent right now to go in. Look at this. They're literally on the hill. So right now, this is where you should be helping them, in my opinion, and you're just kind of taking a little bit longer. You're going through, you're chasing this kill, which is great, but look, like they've all died. So it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like you're chasing the wrong kill there. I feel like it's about making the right play, I think that's the main thing. thing. It's like not about getting a kill, it's about getting the right kills. And now you spawn all the way out, as I mentioned, and it's just the same thing. I feel like constantly you guys are chasing the same problem, which is, you know, rotation. And when you have the rotation, you guys weren't able to hold it because you didn't really have anyone at the back anchoring spawns. And that's probably the biggest struggle with solo queue. I'm sure people in the chat would agree as well. It's like with solo queue, right? It's so difficult. That was a nice 2-piece there, but you forgot about the, you know, the main point, which was the hill had 1 second left.
Yeah, that was that was a bad play.
I mean, you're gonna lose anyway. That was difficult, but yeah. So you see, like, you got 15 kills. Okay, I think you could have had 30 in that game. Like, I don't see a problem with your gun skill, and there was times where you're getting 2 pieces. So I'm like, why not get 30 that game? Like, why not, you know, out rotate, put yourself in favorable positions, and just take over the game? Like, I really think you could have won that game a lot more. Do you think that's fair to say?
Yeah,
to be fair, not even long by more. I think you should have won the game like as a starter, but I think you should. I think the score should have been flipped. Like, I think you had opportunities where you should have won the game because they weren't a good team. Like, there were so many things where, you know, they were kind of just not rotating, and you just gave them the new hard point.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely think that, you know, you probably should have done a lot better there. Let's see how you ended up with. Because again, your gun skill was good there. So I'm curious to see your KD. Because if you went negative, then that shows that was your positioning. Okay. Your gun skill was good, but you went negative. So all that tells me is not your gun skill, but it's your positioning in the game. It's your awareness, your rotations. I'll say at least 5 times you didn't rotate when you definitely should have. Like 100%. Think that's fair to say?
Yeah. And then, like, I guess, you know, to add on to that. So, like, I've noticed that obviously my rotation has been pretty bad.
Yeah.
But when I do rotate early, I guess what's frustrating is, like, I try to rotate, like, because I know you mentioned in one of your videos, rotate it, you know, depending on where you are in certain situations, rotate.
Yeah, definitely situational, yeah.
But, like, it's frustrating because I'll rotate early and I'll still get killed while I'm trying to rotate early. And then they'll take the hard point. We'll try to break it. We don't break it. And it kind of continuous cycle. Like, the last few games I've been playing, like, no matter what map it is, right? The last few games I've been playing, I've been having that issue where I'll try to rotate early, and then they're so on point with rotating that I'll get smoke checked before I even get there. So it's like,
I mean, I think that's a part of it though. You need to get confident with rotating because that's how you find the routes, and that's how you put it this way. You're saying when I rotate, I die. Okay, but at least you're giving yourself a chance, and there's a chance you win the rotation, right? What you're doing now is having 100% chance that you don't rotate. So I'd rather you take the chance and die, and, you know, learn where they sit, learn the spots like that, and potentially win the rotation, then not take the chance and just lose a rotation completely. I think that's a lot better. But let's go into the private game. But yeah, thank you guys so much, YouTube. Thank you for watching. Shout out to Society again, man. Always a pleasure working with him. But yeah, man, catch you guys for tomorrow's video. Peace.